Greetings, hello, hi everyone, and I do believe I am live. So welcome to this space and place where this is a golden opportunity to bring you one of the most powerful meditations at this particular time. Now, this meditation that is part of the advanced mastery, and it's just a piece to bring you the power during this particular time, which is a new moon cycle. So as you're joining, why don't you say hello, and please drop comments down in the comments so that I know that you are here, that this is transmissioning from me to you, and to make this energy even more powerful and alive. So as you are joining, I would like to firstly introduce myself, Terry Messenger, and I'm the founder of the Master Key program and the Elite Royal Crown. So if you've never heard of those two, masterpieces that I've created before, I would like you to start thinking in terms of a royalty elite crown is like the top. It's like queen, it's like empire. If you could create, an image of a palace, perhaps you can see this big mansion, and this is where a queen lives. So the royalty elite crown is where I house my world-class modalities. So that is the top absolute program service that I provide. And what I do is I launch other coaches. So this is going to be really powerful for you today, because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be switching on your genius part of your mind and showing and demonstrating to you how you can biohack into your greatest version of yourself. So hello there, Kim. Hello there. Two people that are jumping on. I see that you are there, and I'm going to see if I can watch through my actual phone. Hello, Jamie. Great to have you here. And, as I said, we've got the royalty elite crown, where that is the empire, the Buckingham Palace, the oasis of where all of my world-class modalities are stored, where we launch our coaches, healers, and leaders. And of course, the master key is the 5 key areas of a person's life that over 15, 16 years, I have identified that come into being as a result of a person actually transforming. So you might transform, remove a block of limitation that may have something to do with trauma that really just manifests into you not knowing how to show up properly, not knowing how to activate your voice, maybe causing triggers, maybe creating all sorts of different ailments. And yet this, when it is removed, when you release it, when you lift the lid off that gold mine, as I call it, that is when you can completely catapult and propel and flow into your greatest life. Because it's like, taking that lid off that volcano and just letting everything come out until it kind of just settles into this incredible and amazing balanced oasis. So the 5 master keys are: number 1, $1 billion health and energy. Number 2, the magnetic relationships. This is complete recoding and rewiring and helping people to not only heal, but to become a magnetic attraction to their dream clients, their soulmate, and to the right people in their lives, and really having that right mentality of boundaries and knowing how to call that in. Master key number 3 is wealth code activation. This is where we activate your prosperity, your line of wealth, your riches. Like if you can imagine that it becomes like the oxygen you breathe and it just becomes this really natural evolution. But how does that happen? It has to be done at a DNA blueprint, because you will have carried the blueprint of your parents, your ancestors about money and all the things. Even I've discovered this, whether it is keeping you broke, whether it is keeping you at a level where you just can't move to the next level, or whether it is calling in the money and just, it disappearing. So what would it be like to be able to be a complete channel of prosperity codes, so that wealth falls in love with you, right? It falls in love with you and you fall in love with you as well. So the wealth codes is activated through feminine and masculine energy. Huge part of the Master Key program. Number 4 is activating your God-given purpose. So whether this is that you happen to be an elite coach, healer, leader, or you're in there with a beautiful program and you want to really double down and really discover what is your iconic point of difference that is going to attract your dream client, to whether it is your God-given purpose, to what you are called to do in this world as an exceptional, powerful human being. And finally, number 5, Master Key number 5, which all of these exist in my portal, is activating your living existence of personal power to launch your legacy life. So this is living, loving, and launching your legacy. This is the creation of your personal brand or your personal power. Like, everybody deserves to have a legacy, right? Everybody that's been put onto this planet, but not everybody is going to realize and recognize this. But when you do, magic happens. So this is a real kind of, you can imagine a rocket taking off to the moon. And if you can imagine that you were Neil Armstrong, I mean, his name is going to be, known to generations and generations and generations, because he did something incredible, like Albert Einstein, right? So these people left legacies. What if you could be the legacy, not only to the world you want to impact and influence now, but also to the people after you've gone, all your descendants. So a little bit about myself. So my name's Terry Messenger, and I will be conducting a Silva Method meditation today, which is really, really powerful. And the reason I've decided to do this is because not only is it a new moon, but if you write down your intention, what is your intention? But you know what? The most important element is to have a really crystal clear vision. And I'm going to help you to actually bring that out today. So the Silva Method is what I have been teaching my VIP members who are launching their legacy at the moment, that are on the runway, they're developing programs, and we are nurturing them, we are launching them, we are supporting them, and they are moving in their magic because they have that beautiful support system. And I have been teaching this method because what it does is, number one, let's just say we had an athlete in our portal, in our container, and they want to be an athlete and they want to be the absolute best runner. So what we would do is we would use the Silva Method to actually direct the function of their mind to actually going ahead and becoming that icon in their field. And this has been used amongst many, many famous people. It's been utilized even unconsciously with people that have even left legacies already and moved to the next world. But even as Napoleon Hill said, he said, whatever the mind can conceive, you will achieve. So let me see who have we got here. Hello there, beautiful Cara. And hello as people are joining. It's great to have you all on. And transmissions live are always, they have that energetic edge. Okay, so this transmission today is going to be really super powerful. But in all fairness, I'm going to tell you right now that while you can set your intention, it's going to be based around my 5 master keys. So if that doesn't please you, what I've told you about $1 billion health and energy, magnetic relationships, wealth codes, activating your genius zone and your legacy, you may as well opt out now if that's not up your alley. But if it is right up your alley and you know this could be the next level, because even if you were a person, whether you're a sports person, whether you're an actor or actress, whether you're a business person, school teacher, or you happen to be a person like myself who wants to make an impact on the world, guess what? This Silva method is going to give you that power and that ability. So we are going to get ready. But what I'm doing is I'm preparing you, because every great hypnotherapist, and, you know, my journey certainly began, you know, way back in 2006, after I had hit rock bottom after a very dark, desolate time of my life. And, you know, we hold a theory here in the coaching space that when you hit rock bottom, that's when you bounce, that's when you propel, and that's when you launch and you can really recognize your legacy. So I have a story of going from, you know, that brokenness and absolute desolate darkness, having addictions in my life, having no self-esteem, having lost my marriage, lost my community, felt like I lost everything, pretty much felt like I was, you know, homeless, even though that wasn't the case because I was supported. In 1 week, I was able to turn my life around, something that I couldn't do in 40 years. 40 years could not deliver what happened in that 1 week. You see, guys, every decision you make is taking you somewhere, and you do not know what decision is going to absolutely be that exponential change that's going to take you and your life to the moon, to the new moon, to the stars, to that place up above where the sun, the golden sun, can encapsulate you and fill your body with golden light, right? And purify your cells and truly have you in a position where you can return back to the earth, into your here and now, with the most empowered state. Like you have the knowledge, you have the power, you have the action plan. So where I'm going to start is I'm going to speak for mainly coaches, healers, and leaders in my VIP. However, you can benefit by listening, because it doesn't matter. Unless you don't want a great life, this is going to be fabulous. So what I'm going to firstly say is that without vision, the people will perish. So, you know, my story, as I say, going very quickly and catapulting in 1 week because of one decision I made, may have changed the trajectory of my life and taken me into that wealth of creating multiple 6 figures together with my husband. So we worked together making multiple 6 figures by the time I made the decision in 2017 to take my world-class modalities and bring them online. But when I brought my powerful modalities to the online space, I was in for a bit of a fright. I was in for a big shock. And I'm sure this is not going to be news to all of you, because I'm sure there are people out there that understand what I'm about to tell you. But in 2017, after going to the Bahamas on a beautiful, sea cruise and enjoying the azure blue ocean, and recognizing that what I had called in and magnetized into my life with this cruise after we sold our business, and just before I came online, and buying diamond rings, having chocolate necklace, diamond necklaces, which is so awesome, and visiting all these beautiful places, I realized when I stepped off that ship that I was stepping into crystal blue waters that I had been talking about even before I had seen it with my own actual experiential body and eyes. Okay, I had already in my mind created for my clients this beautiful crystal clear ocean that is going to completely purify and renew every cell of your body and bring you into this wonderful place where you can sit on the white sands on this beautiful, deck chair and sip your favorite beverage and actually feel so yummy, delicious, and so, so good. I had created that vision in my mind before it actually had come true. And when I think about it, everything that I created in my mind did come true, right from even my family, the way I live, and what I'm actually experiencing now at the next level. But I want to tell you that story did go the other way for me, because I got home, I went online, and I literally went from riches to rags. Guys, can you imagine this? Are you hearing me? If you're hearing me, guys, let me know if you're looking forward to this meditation that's going to be juicy and powerful. Drop it in the comments. So why did a person who was a very well-known practitioner, trainer, and leading person that was certifying other coaches at multiple six figures suddenly go from riches to rags? What caused that to happen? Well, this is the story. It's because I didn't realize that the online space was going to be completely different. And it has taken me right up until now in 2022, where I have completely rebuilt my empire, and where I have planted seeds like a farmer, and I have a mastermind team. I have this beautiful lifestyle. I walk my dog every single day. I live according to my dream life. I get up out of bed when I want. I start my day when I want to do. I actually coach my people in Voxer almost every single day, imparting the gold nuggets to them, right? And I'm living on my terms. But it wasn't always like that, because I went from program to program to program to service to mentor, trying to find the right way. But what I didn't realize is I was chasing after shiny objects. So when you can stop chasing the shiny objects and begin to ground in and know that there is a system and a frequency and an energy and a strategy to every single person's success. And it doesn't matter whether it's an online service, whether you're a business person, whether you are a school teacher or even a parent. The way you run your life is going to require that beautiful foundation of an invisible structure and system. And now I want to just talk to you about your vision so you can come into this Silva method of meditation with absolute power. So how's everybody going? Have we got any questions at all here that you would like to ask? Cara, you're doing such a wonderful job. That is so fabulous. And okay, so let's talk about, one of the reasons that people are not quite where they want to be in the online space, in their world, in their business. And usually it is the fact that you might be one digit, one code, one nugget away from gold. You don't necessarily always have to be so far away from your success that, it seems like a million miles. Sometimes it's more frustrating for people that have tried so much and they're there and they're in the grind, they're in that terrible hustle mode, they're anticipating, they're waiting, they're frustrated, they're even crying. And I've spoken to coaches who are in tears because they've got such a passion and a gift inside of them and they're not getting the traction that they want. Well, in our vortex, we are building empires. However, you are going to require to be the farmer, to take the, that shiny object syndrome of seeing something over here and seeing something over there and seeing something over here and changing up your colors all the time, changing your brand, changing all the things and not getting traction. You want to know why you're not getting traction? Because people do not know you. Now, I want to ask you the question. Have you heard of Terry Messenger's Master Key? Write it down in the comments, please. This is very relevant to you. Have you heard of Terry Messenger's Genius Zone? Please put it down in the comments. Have you heard of the Advanced Mastery Meditation, or should I say the Mastery of Advanced Meditation? Now, if you have heard of at least one or more of these, I can tell you right now, I have branded myself in your eyes, in your blueprint. But if you are off creating a different program and calling yourself something different every day and bringing up a different kind of color and a different kind of thing, you're going to be so scattered that people, when they see the McDonald's sign, they actually just know it by the vision. Now, this is very relevant. And hello, Julie. Thank you for commenting there. When you see McDonald's, you know the McDonald's. When you see Coca-Cola, you know Coca-Cola. But the reason I'm talking about vision is because the Silva method is based on the way that I imprint vision into the minds of people according to what they desire to actually take them to that next level and call it into their life. It's not just about a word, like a fluffy word, like I want to be empowered or I want to be successful. Right? It's not just about fluffy words. It's about the vision. But these are the things that if you really want to manifest, and if you want to manifest, I want to hear you. I want you to write it down. And Jamie, you are new to me. Yes. Well, my podcast is Terry Messenger's Genius Zone. And my founder of my very foundational work is the Master Key. And of course, we're talking about the mastery of advanced meditation. And it's so good to have you in my portal. And I'm so glad that you have connected with me. So let's just talk about your vision. Is your vision big enough? Is your vision juicy enough? And does it hold the DNA codes that is going to bring wealth to it, that's going to bring this exponential, like overflow of just incredible, amazing, and feelings of energy, power. And, if you could see the sun and imagine the golden sun, could you imagine what the golden sun looks like? Can I just get a yes or a no on that? Could you imagine the golden sun? This is going to be extremely relevant. If you can imagine the rays of the golden sun, and if you can imagine those rays coming down into the crown of your head and moving through your body and moving down your shoulders and actually moving and working its way through your entire nervous system and all your organs, including your sacral space of where we fan into flames, your energy, your sexual energy, which your sexual energy is the driver of your wealth and power. Can you imagine the sun? Do I get a yes? Do I hear a yes? Yes, Jamie says yes. Yes, Kara says yes. And that's good. So we are in business. If you have been able to call that in and imagine, and even if you haven't, I can help you. I can help awaken that element. So, for those who can imagine the golden rays of the sun, now imagine the warmth. Can you picture the warmth? Kim says yes. Julie says yes. Can you picture the warmth? And imagine the warmth of the sun rays now moving through you. Now, if you've said yes to that, you are really going deeper and deeper into this Silva method. Now, what about if I asked you to imagine because we've got the feeling of the warmth, we've got the golden vision of the sun. So what about if you could hear some beautiful, like the sound of vibrational rays, like it's like a high vibe sound that is transmissioning into your body. Now, if you can imagine a sound, any sound, even a high-pitched sound, but imagine it's to do with your highest frequency, your highest vibration. It's like, like the world is opening up and the angels are singing, and this beautiful sound, this golden light, this warmth is now encapsulating you, and you can see that in your mind's eye. Now, what if I told you we can convert that vision into your greatest desire? And I wonder if I could ask for you to put down your desire. Now, I'll make your life easier by facilitating here. And the facilitation, I want you to choose out of these 5. It just makes it easier for you and for people that might find it difficult to navigate what they desire. So what would be the forefront of what is really in your desire peripheral at the moment? $1 billion health and energy, and you can imagine what that's like. Magnetic relationships, so a lot of healing and recoding and calling in the attraction of dream clients and all the things, right? Hello, Sally. How are you? Nice to have you. Okay, so would that be number 3, wealth code activation, and you being inside your own self-love, your self-worth, and your self-empowerment. So that's number 3. You only need to say 1, 2, 3, 4, your activation of your God-given purpose, your genius zone, right? That could be if you've done a lot of work already and you just want to really double down and discover what you can do to be that giant in the world in your field. Or number 5, having the skyrocket to actually already be launched. So you're launching your legacy. Write down key number 1, key number 2, key number 3, key number 4, or key number 5. And as you put it down, I'm going to ask that the universe and the new moon will give power to the energy. So as you put it in the comments, it's going to fan it into flames and make that intention It's going to absolutely propel it. Who's hearing me, you guys? Excellent. Okay, so now as you have put your vision down, and I see number 3s, we've got a wealth, which is self-worth and your self-love. That's fantastic. We've got another 3, so wow, that's telling me a lot. So we want to call in the wealth codes. We want to call in the self-empowerment. We want to call in the self-confidence. Well, I'm going to go by the audience, and I'm going to ask the universe to deliver this out to everyone. So if you do not want to activate your wealth codes, please turn off, and you can go and actually invest your time somewhere else. But your time is precious, and I believe in multiplying time, multiplying money, and just lulling into that wonderful space of understanding what I am actually teaching. So, when you create a vision, and I am going to say to you that my vision is to create the highest rise in human consciousness through the 5 master keys, being in health, wealth, success, and freedom, so people can raise their lifestyle through the discovery of their God-given purpose and build an empire to launch, wait for it, 1 million legacies. Are you going to be one of my legacies? Are you going to be someone that's in my portal that is going to be a part of this bigger vision that I have? Now, if anybody wants a copy of my vision and the way that this is structured, I'm happy to give it to you, but please ask for it. DM me or put it in the comments, and Sally will make sure she gets it to you, or Cara will make sure you receive it. So this becomes a dominating force of success through the creation of my world-class modalities, because I want all of those things. How am I going to make that happen? How am I going to raise 1 million legends and launch 1 million legacies, right? And by the way, this is by the year 2028. I want to reach 1 million people, but that will be done through you. That will be done through people that come in who can exponentially share these amazing world-class modalities. This will become a reality through the impartation of these modalities, through the 5 master keys that will incite other passionate people to impact their niche, their field, their family, their community, and their world through the number 1 modality that you will have. Like, for example, what I'm teaching you today, the Silva Method, right? That will be not the actual be all end all, but it's going to be the catalyst. It's going to be the rock solid foundation that if you had no traction in your business, or if you didn't have what you wanted, having this is going to actually place it not on the top, but at the bottom of your foundation, so everything else can rise. Can you all put your arms up in the air? Let's get your arms up in the air, and I want you to visualize yourself standing on a mountain, and I want you to breathe in and breathe out, and just feel the golden sun. Feel that golden sun moving through the tips of your fingers, moving all the way down through your arms, all the way down, 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 down. And I'm going to count it down as you bring your arms down. 5, bringing your arms down. 4, slowly, deeply. 3, dropping your hands down ever so slowly. 2, bringing them now into your lap. 1, and just drop deep into a nice relaxed state. Now, of course, when you are doing your vision, it's always a great thing to know why. Why do you want it? Why do you want $1 million trillion? Why do you want, $1 billion health? Why do you want what you want? Okay, so mine is, this is important to me because it propels the self-worth. That's the money codes, ladies and gentlemen, but the ladies did say 3. Propels the self-worth of humanity and rises people to be great ambassadors, because I'm not calling in mediocre people who just want to sit in their lounge room for the rest of their life and just have a nice quiet life. This is for people that want to make an exponential change and stand out in the world and, make a significance, right? So I desire it. My why is around this legacy that I'm going to pass on, and that is going to be from generation to generation, so that my descendants 10 levels deep will know my name. Okay, so there you have it. I've just bared my soul to you, and now it's time to play. Now it's time to jump on board. So, guys, one of the things that I do while I'm in Voxer is Voxer Chat is probably one of the most potent and powerful coaching tools that I was very resistant to, and I didn't want a new platform. I didn't want to enter into a new place or space, but you're learning something new every day too, remember, and you're a growing person. But I did not want to do it. But when I came into my new coaching space, my mentor used Voxer, and I very, very slowly sort of started tapping into it. And all of a sudden she would share something on Voxer and I'd go, whoa, I'm implementing that. Whoa, I'm implementing that. I'm going to do that today. I'm going to do that. I'm going to activate that. And because it was right there, it wasn't just, oh, watch this digital program and then activate and do this strategy and do this and do that. It was right there in that moment of 5 minutes of her talking and saying, make a reel today, you guys, and show up in your glory. And when you do it, why don't you do it around this strategy, system? So Voxer is one of the ways that I actually inject and propel people in my space. So wanting to influence over 1 million people, I wonder if you are one of those people. You've got to think about, you've got to have your female and male, feminine, masculine energy coming together here. Because even though we want to call upon the angels for your downloads, and I spend time in Voxer telling my ladies, don't overthink it. Go out and stand in the grass. Go and breathe in that golden sun and take it in through every cell of your body. Stop overthinking and waiting and anticipating, because that is taking you further and further and further away. And you know what? In that moment, we had one of our ladies who received a download because she became more into her feminine energy. And she has, I believe yesterday she told me she's enrolled 12 people into her program. This is without a word of a lie. Now, meditation, I had one of the ladies who, she may not be on here today, but her name is Sarah, called in 1 million, her first $1 million, because she tapped into this. So whilst I'm on Voxer saying, step into your feminine and go play today, and then bring your masculine with the vision that we do together, and then do a little activation, etc., etc., etc. And so the practical masculine side of what I'm doing to launch 1 million legends like yourself is I'm going to ensure that I write 3 books, and I have got a wealth of writings already. They're going to be bestsellers. I am going to appear in Forbes magazine. I've already appeared in a US magazine as a power healer. I am also going to get interviewed by someone like Oprah Winfrey or someone at her league. I'm going to have my own TV show. I will have a renowned podcast, which is growing exponentially already. I will have created a coveted mastermind team that work with me, and they are totally appointed to their zone of genius. So I have the greatest mastermind team in the world. So I am going to scale to 1 billion users. So in other words, by the end of my legacy, by the time my life is right out there in the future where I'm an old lady and I'm reaching the end of my life, I will have scaled to 1 billion users. I will have created platforms to accelerate human transformation. I will have developed my empire of wellness oasis that I impart to other coaches. I will have become a CEO with a global mindset, something far greater, far bigger. Oh my gosh, I think I'm getting a bit hot in here now, guys. That always happens to me when I start getting really, really, psyched up. So my energy, can you feel the energy, guys? Let's have a look at you. Who's talking? Who is talking in the chat? Da, 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 da. Yes, I love to see you all chatting. Thanks for the love. That's so beautiful. Okay, so guys, let's now give you an experience. I have really done what I say to all good coaches, all good leaders, all good business people, and that is speak the language of love to your audience first. Don't just put people into a trance and expect them to want to go there. And disclaimer, the only trance you will go into is the one of which will do you the greatest favor of your life to raise your vibrational energy. So if you agree with that, then we will continue. So I want to give you an example of the Silva Method, and we're going to work on number 3, master key number 3, which is your wealth codes. So I want you now to count. Can you count backwards? And I'm going to get you to count out loud. Hopefully no one can hear you, but that's okay. And we're going to count from 10 back to 1. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, 1 is the state of alpha with your feet firmly on the ground. It is your omnipotent power and presence. It is the state that you will win in, whether you are showing up online, whether you are aspiring to be an athlete, whether you are wanting to generate self-empowered confidence that is going to allow you to speak and activate your voice. The alpha state is that divine omnipresence. So now what we're going to do is we're going to move from 10 to 5, and we're going to count backwards from 5, and I'll get you to count with me. Going 5, 4, and just lean into yourself. 3, feel yourself dropping down. 2, all the way down, deeper and deeper. 1, feeling this real sense of just letting go and releasing. And take a deep breath in and breathe out. Now I want you to begin by now seeing the number 3 in your eye of your mind and closing your eyes down shut, feeling them weighing quite heavy. And I want you to allow your breath to become so deluxe, so rhythmic, so natural and effortless. And as you now count the number 3, I want you to hear your voice echoing it. 3, 3. And as you hear your voice echoing it, I want you to see the number 3 flashing up in your mind. And now I want you to breathe in that 3, in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now I want you to go to number 2, dropping down to 2 and seeing the number 2 flash up once, hearing your voice echoing the number 2, and then flashing twice and 3 times, and then breathe in again and breathe out. And all the way down where your shoulders are now dropped, where your eyes are heavy, where your hands feel so pleasurable and almost non-existent. And 1. Now see the number 1 and your voice echoing the number 3 times, seeing the number flash up once, twice, 3 times. Breathe it in and breathe out. Now just remaining with your eyes closed, I'm going to ask you to bring a vision up. And you are seeing a vision of gold bars. It is like bright, shining gold bars. And it's like they are the biggest bricks of gold nuggets you've ever seen. I want you to imagine that you are touching them and feeling them, and they're smooth. I want you to feel the golden, total golden bar, and then pick it up and notice it is so heavy. It is so heavy because it is solid gold. And now I want you to breathe it in as you feel it in the palm of your hands. Breathe in and breathe out. And as you now place that golden bar down, I want you now to see an image of yourself standing on the top of a mountain. And this image of you standing on the top of a mountain is a victorious vision of you, like you have been immersed into so much self-love, so much self-care and worth and deserving and boundaries and all the things, all the codes. And I want you to visualize yourself standing on that mountain, holding your arms up in the air. And I want you to know this is self-worth. This is the codes of self-empowerment. This is your value. And then as you hold your arms up, then just allow yourself to just breathe in. And I'm going to go through this exercise once more, only I'm going to code it into your mind's eye. So we are bringing up the master key number 3. I want you to see a gold key in the eye of your mind. Now with this gold key, I want you to know this is master key, and I want you to see number 3 next to it. And now I want you to count down from 3. 3, 2, 1, into this blissful, deep alpha state. And as you are deeply in this alpha state, I want you to bring up your wealth code, seeing the gold bar in your hands and just seeing a very vivid image of that gold bar. Notice it feels so smooth. There's a heaviness because it's real solid gold. Notice that you are holding like $1 billion in your hand. Notice it's giving off the rays and it's a gold bar. That's right. Now breathe in. And as you breathe in, holding that gold bar, 2, all the way down, and 1. And now we're going to bring up that image of you on the mountain, your self-worth. This is what created you to become so wealthy, so rich, so inspired. So now I want you, again, in your eye of your mind, I want you to see the Master Key 3 image. Don't worry about the words. See the golden key, see the number 3 next to it, and then next to this, for your self-empowerment, I want you to see yourself on the mountain. Notice that mountaintop experience. Notice your arms are in the air as if you've made your first $1 billion, as if you have arrived at the greatest space and place. Now, as you are visually seeing this image of yourself on that mountain, just know this is your codes of wealth. Now I want you to breathe in through your nose and breathe out, seeing the number 3, dropping down 2 and 1. And as you come back, I want you to come back now, and I'm going to count you back up from 1 to 5. And this, if it's safe for you, if it's good for you, is going to encode your mind, remembering these elements, actually ingraining it on your DNA so that you will call it in. So as you ingrain it, as you check the safety and that wonderful evolution of ensuring that it is ecologically friendly, once you have that yes, if you want great riches, yes, if you want self-worth, yes, if you want the codes, I'm going to count you up. 1, 2, coming back to where you are, 3, so that you can bring these visions and bring this in your mind's eye. 4, so you'll come back fully to alertness, feeling like you've slept for 8 hours and you've woken afresh, inspired, like you are about to experience the greatest day of your life. And 5, opening your eyes. And I'm going to tell you that if you want the Silva Method, you can have it, because this Silva Method can be used for anything. But you have to obviously understand how it works. I have the script for it and I have the full training for it. And I'm going to give you an example of what happened in my portal with a lady. Her name is Narain. She is one of my testimonials. She came through my Elite Crown. She did this work. She could barely scrape her money together. She said she had no money when she came on my program. She did this. She literally paid me in full. She was on a payment plan. She paid me in full. She had money coming through and in. Of course, we go into a lot more detail when we are in the portal. And of course, I want to now give you the opportunity to know that if you do want the whole method, we're going to give you the entire methodology from start to finish, from alpha state, delta state, and all the beta state and every state that you can learn, where even if you're a hypnotist, I mean, I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and this is one of my most recent methodologies. And I am actually endorsing it with my program so that people can really call in their dream clients and create the greatest bespoke modality. I'm not saying that it's going to be your be all end all, but as I said before, you're going to put it on your foundation to call in those people, to make this a reality. And I want to let you know that if you would like to be part of this mastery of advanced meditation, you can take action, make your decision, and we have it available for you coming up in the next couple of weeks. So if you want in, take that now. It is value. I'm going to give you the value ladder. The mastery of advanced meditation, which goes from A to Z, and it gives you the power of being, I'm not saying it's not going to accredit you as a clinical hypnotherapist, but it's going to give you the power beyond anything that I've ever learned. That's very quick and easy, and you'll be able to utilize it with every single client, and also for your bespoke ministry, your field, and what you do. So that is valued, and I'm going to give a special price. So it's valued at $3,000. Also, for those who act in the next 24 hours, I'm going to include To Awaken Your Inner Genius, because that's a program that has 6 divine weeks of digital coaching at a spacious level that you can totally, you can delicately have when you are feeling hungry for it and when you're wanting to know more about your own zone of genius. You can also activate it in your own programs if you're a coach. Also, if you are interested in the mastery of advanced meditation and learning everything with the script from Woe to Go, the admission will give you 6 weeks in Voxer. So that means you are in a high ticket space where you're finding out what coaches are doing strategically, how they're pricing their programs every day in every way. And this is worth $2,500. And everything that I'm about to tell you is going to be under 1K. But this so far, and then there's going to be in late August, early September, a live 2-hour masterclass to bring everything into full fruition. And that is going to allow you to be in the hot seat coaching. It's going to be in a live masterclass, and you're going to have access to the advanced mastery immediately. As soon as you've put your money through and soon as you've secured your decision and made your investment, you'll get your genius, awaken your genius zone. You'll also be put into Voxer. That could be the greatest thing you ever do in your life, because I know the coaches in there are saying, oh my gosh, they're growing. That's Claire, who actually has just enrolled 12 people and she's got 10 on the waiting list that she needs to get back to. She has had a lot of these breakthroughs in Voxer. Okay, but there is more. I don't mean to sound corny, guys. If you're looking to be launched by me, and I know there's quite a few coaches that are, and you actually want to come into our mastermind, the investment of the small investment that we're going to create for you today is going to be secured so that it comes off the top of that. And I know a lot of people are wanting to do it, but this is going to be the no-brainer. So everything here is valued at $10,500. You get the whole lot for $777. Not just because they're heavenly numbers, they happen to be my numbers. So 777. Sally will drop that in the link. You get that Silva Method, this bespoke program, your Awakened Genius, your invitation into the Voxer portal, and a live masterclass. So guys, you know what? Thank you so much for being part of this. I only want you to make this decision if this is aligned for you. If you feel that there is something in here that's just saying yes, then only you can make that decision, right? And we want to make sure every single person aligns. There is nobody else in the coaching space I know that holds people this closely, this securely, and gives everybody at this level, but you can be one of those people. You can decide to be the best in your field, in your niche, in your industry, in your world. And this methodology is going to totally change the trajectory of your universe. So thank you, and let's breathe in one last breath before we say goodbye. And I ask that all the people here will receive the downloads that they need. Breathe out. See the golden bar. And if I asked you in 2 years' time, what is the golden bar and what is that mountaintop experience, I guarantee you will remember, because this is also the way you infinitely awaken your memory. You will know what it's pegged to, because this is the magic. So that's why you can use this Silva Method for anything, even if you're working with elderly people who want to enhance their memory, or children. So that's it from me, guys. I send you so much love, and I ask that the divine angels will guide you into the decision that is absolutely 100% good for you. But remember, Voxer and all those bonuses for those who make their decision in the next 24 hours. It's crazy, guys. It's over 10,000 and it's 777. So that's all I got. Mwah. See you, beautiful people. Have a great weekend.